Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I'm Amber, and today is Vlogmas Advent Day number 20. Oh my goodness, I can't believe. Oh, we're already on the 20th of December. That means Christmas is 5 days away. Wow. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Well, I got some crochet done yesterday. Let's see. I also went to Hobby Lobby because I was working on my Catherine wheel stitch for my Santa Claus challenge yesterday, and my Clover Moore hook, when you're doing the Catherine wheel stitch, you have to crochet like 7 together, and this little bit of space right here, it's pretty much from here to here with all 7 with 2 strands of yarn. I'm running 2 strands of yarn together, so it is 2 strands of yarn for each stitch that you should have on your hook. So 7 strands on your hook times 2, so 14. That gets a little tight. So I went to Hobby Lobby because, okay, first I found a big twist hook on Joann's website, or on the app, and it said it had plenty in stock, and so I put it in my cart. But I was like, I don't want to just buy $3 worth for a hook for a pickup order. So I was like, order some yarn. I didn't need any yarn, so I was like, you know what, I'll just order some blanket yarn for my daughter. So I had her pick some yarn out and got her 3 skeins of yarn, because the big twist blanket yarn that we thought we were buying was $6.99 and the Bernat was $7.99, which is pretty good. It's almost not quite half price, but like 30% off or something like that. So it's a pretty good deal. So I got her 3 of what I thought was the normal bulky, was it size 6 blanket yarn for all 3. Well, later on I see that my order's ready, and then I see it, uh-oh, part of your order's canceled. And I go, oh boy, what part was canceled? Well, it was my hook. Wasn't in stock. I am almost positive they said they had 11 in stock, which goes to tell me they probably had a shipment just come in and they hadn't put it out yet. I hate how Joann's does that. Like, don't put it in your in-stock inventory until it's out on the shelf. Have a system where you scan your stuff in saying, okay, we received these items, but don't mark them as in stock until they're out on the shelf. How hard is that? It gets so irritating when I look on the app, it says it's in stock, and then I can't order it or I can't find it. Well, I went and picked up the yarn that I was able to pick up, and I went in the store just to double check. Didn't find a 6.5, because I was trying to find a 6.5 millimeter hook with a longer shaft on the end that I could work with. So I didn't find anything, so I was like, well, Hobby Lobby is my next option, because Michael's, the only thing they had were like the Susan Bates, which I don't like Susan Bates hooks necessarily, and the Prims. And Prims are very similar to Susan Bates in the sharpness of the hook, the part that hooks it. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go to Hobby Lobby, because I didn't go to Michael's, I just went straight to Hobby Lobby. And I picked up 2 hooks, which I still haven't even thrown my trash away. I picked up the Yarnology Luxury, or whatever these are called, the Yarnology Luxury crochet hooks. Well, this and the cotton, it was just too grippy. This was too grippy for my cotton. So I picked up this one? It's just the Yarnology, just the aluminum crochet hook with a wooden handle. It feels like a fake wooden handle. And, so this has a little more room to work with. A little more room. But getting used to this size, oh boy, it's different. So I tried to work on my Catherine's wheel with this last night. I think it works better to fit the 7 stitches on it, which I haven't gotten to yet, actually. I just did the hills, I didn't do the valleys yet. It's the valleys where I do the 7 together. So this is what I have done so far for my Catherine's wheel. I'm actually going to pull this out because it's not done correctly. I keep messing up my beginnings of my rows. I don't do this stitch very often. Once I'm in the row doing it, I'm good. It's the starting of the end, starting and ending. So it's supposed to be lavender, but I looked through my yarn because I didn't have any purples that I hadn't used yet. I am already using a dark purple and a light purple and for other stitches. So I pulled out this bag. I actually packed this for my trip, but I ended up not taking this, so I just kept them in here. I looked in here to see what I had, and I went with the most lavendery, purpley looking stripy yarn that I had. Granted, I know it's not a solid, but this is the one it is. This just goes to show you how much of a concrete this stuff is. It's been in this bag being squished and stuff, and it's still in shape. But this is the yarn I picked. It has the most like purpley theme to it. So, but of course I'm sticking to my running 2 together and running it with a white. So that is what I have so far. I really, really like this. It's gonna be wide. Very wide. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this because I guess it could be a dishcloth almost because of how wide it is. It got too big. But I got 3 wheels in there. If I would have made it any shorter, it probably would have only had 1. Because if I would have cut it right or like stopped it here, this one would have been almost half and not a full. I just would have had that 1 in the center. So that is what I have done for that. Stop swinging, please. I can see this out of the corner of my eye swinging. You probably can't see it swinging, but it's just swinging a little bit that I can see it out of the corner of my eye. It's driving me nuts. So I should put this in here with this. I actually debated going back to my clover last night when I was messing with that new yarn, the new hook, because I was just like, I don't know, it's long. I figured out I don't like long hooks. Okay, so my star stitch is finished, and for some reason, well, I mean, I think I just need to stretch it out a little bit. It's just, yeah, even mine turned out wonky, Kim. Like, I don't know. Even mine turned out wonky. Oh, and I was okay, here's another reason I don't like peaches and cream. I was tightening this down, and do you see what happened? The orange is peaches and cream. The white is, I love this cotton yarn. It broke. And I was doing this. I was taking them and going like this, just like that, was the same pressure, but I just went poof. I'm like, my orange just broke. And I was like, and I tightened it down like I'd been tightening all of my yarns down. Like every time I do my 2 chains and I cinch down the knot, I take the 2 strands and tighten it down just to get it nice and, you know, as tight as I can and as close to the work as I can. It broke. My orange, peaches and green broke. I'm just not a fan of this yarn. I need to just pull it out of my stash over here and just stop trying to use it and stop trying to buy it. I just am not a fan of it, and I get people like it, and that's, you know, fine for you guys if you like it. If it works well for you, I just, again, I have spoiled my hands to like the softer ones, and so it's just hard to go back. Like, Red Heart used to be my tried and true, used it all the time yarn, and now that I've tried other yarns, it is so hard for me to go back to using Red Heart. I have so much of it that I have to use that I am using it eventually. It's just, I'm not a fan of using it now. So, it's still a good yarn, I'm just not a fan of it. And then my knotted half double, I absolutely love this stitch. This is my knotted half double. It got a little on the long side, skinny long side, but I wanted to finish it off with a row of regular half doubles because I feel like it kind of sandwiched it in. Not cinched it in, but like it just, you know, it gave it the same edge as it started with, kind of. So that way it looks like it was finished, you know? Because the row of half double, or the knotted half doubles by themselves, without the half double row, it looks fine. It's just, it doesn't look like, you know, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I don't know how to explain. It's not hard to explain. It's just, my brain's not computing right now. It gave it the bookends, you know? It bookended both the beginning and the end there. And then I did finish all, well, okay, the star stitch was finished. Was it finished yesterday? I think it was. Because I was picking these up going, I need to finish these because I'm tired of having them be in my spiel of, I'm still not done with these. And I wanted to get done with them. So, I also finished the basket stitch. That looks really cool from a distance. This one works out pretty well. Is it? It looked like it had like a bump right there. It is a bumpy edge, but honestly, I don't mind that. It gives it that texture on the edge. You know, it kind of fits in with the texture of the basket stitch here. And then this is the back. It also has texture. It's a little different kind. It's really cool. But I don't know that I would use this very often. I don't know. It's not one of those ones I'm like, ooh, I really like it. For some reason, I really love the knotted half double and the crunch and the twins in a stitch. Like, there's just something about those. Oh, and I do have, so I'm not finished with the popcorn, and obviously the Catherine I need to finish, which I should have the Catherine done today. It's just, I stopped working on it yesterday because I didn't have the long enough hook to see if it would work better. But honestly, I may go back to just using my clover. Thankfully, though, the hooks from Hobby Lobby were like $1 something a piece, so it wasn't like I went and spent, you know, $5 a hook or something, or $10 or something. They're cheap hooks, like, and you can feel the cheapness in them. Now these are nice, these ones here, but the other one, the one with the wooden handle, feels cheap, if that makes sense. It doesn't. No, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. If you know, you know. Like, just stuff can feel like it's worth the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, this feels like $1, $2 hook, you know? They feel like $2 hooks, if that makes sense. Like, it's hard to explain. Granted, this doesn't feel like an expensive hook either because it's plastic, but because I've used it and I know how well these work and I love these, I'll spend the money that these cost. But I also will I'll try to buy these at the store. You can buy it on Amazon, but you can't use coupons on Amazon. So I will make it a point to buy it from any store that has them in, that I can physically go pick them up, because then I can use a coupon to get them a little bit cheaper. So I am one of those people, I try to get my deals and steals too. So I don't know, I was going to start working on this. I'm not going to work on this right now because it takes too much concentration. I actually frogged my popcorn. I pulled it out to work on it because it was the last one I had left to work on before I started the Catherine, I think, or when I put it down, and then I wanted to finish the other ones, and I was like, and one, I couldn't remember how I did it, so I'd have to go back and find the pattern I used, the video, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna find a new video, a new person to follow. And guess who I ended up going back to? My tried and true, the person I learned to crochet from, who's been on a whole lot longer than others, Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. He's who I started with, and he is who I referred back to. So I found a blanket that he did several years ago, where it was called a staycation something or other, staycation crochet along or something, and it was stitch along, I think is what it was called, a staycation stitch along, and they made squares of different stitches and sewed them all together into a blanket, big 12-inch squares, I think. And I was like, oh, I like the way this one looks. I didn't realize that that's what it was until I was in the video, and then I went and found the pattern. I actually, y'all, look, I am one of those people that I can watch the pattern visually and then go back and read the pattern. I literally used the pattern. I read the pattern to do this after I watched it and then worked it up. So again, I frogged out what I did. I had probably about this big of just straight popcorns across, 2 rows done. That was all I had done. But I was just looking at going, what's the word I'm looking for? I am not looking forward to finishing this, and so that's why I finally just went and found a different one. And so I'm using the one that he used in his video. It's just the popcorn stitch, but it's utilizing the popcorn stitch within a pattern. So I'm just doing that. So this is what I have so far. I got this done yesterday. So instead of having the popcorns right next to each other, they're staggered, and there's 3 double crochets between them. So that is my popcorn one. And again, this one turned out way bigger than I wanted it to, but oh well. You know, sometimes you need the bigger hot pads, because this is going to be more of a hot pad because of the big popcorns on it. And the popcorns he only does 4 double crochets together, or you know, you join them together, versus 5. And so they're not quite as, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hook in there. I'm using an Easter basket bucket that my mom got my kids. It's a Paw Patrol Easter basket. Hey, it works really well. I've made sure that these buckets have not become sick buckets, and so they're safe. Now, all my buckets are safe in my house because I wash them with soap and hot water. It's just I put the sick buckets under the counter and hopefully, you know, keep them out of play, hands to be played with or used like this. So we use specific ones for that, and I kept these nice so that we can play with them. And I'm like, I needed something with my cotton yarns that I cake up, because I'm pulling from the center of the cakes and the outside of the cakes at the same time, and they get to like flip-flopping around, and it's annoying to have to pull a little bit as it's on my lap, and I can go a little bit further without pulling more yarn if I just let it sit in a bucket or something. And I finally, light bulb went off to use these, so I'm using, this is my yarn bowl without going and buying a yarn bowl. Oh, there's a sticker still on the bottom. Okay, so I guess we got the Santa Claus thing out of the way already, and that's the crocheting I got done yesterday. So I'm gonna share one of my, I'll show you both actually. So I got some jewelry accessories from Hawaii. At the coffee farm, when we were ordering our coffee we were gathering up what we wanted to have shipped home, I was like looking at their bracelets, and they said these these are handmade, which it didn't have a tag on it, so I don't know where this jewelry was handmade. But honestly, it was worth the $8 that I spent on it. It's a cute little wooden bracelet with these light tan brown colored beads, and then you've got the teal ones there. I really like this bracelet. So but I'm also weird about bracelets on my wrist, so I can only wear this one for so long, but I really like it. So anyway, this next thing I'm holding up, this is a lei, and each one of us got one of these. So we each have our own one that looks just like this. We all have identical necklaces, so I'm sure I've mixed them up at this point, but I tried to keep them, like this one was specifically given to me, and da-da-da-da. They had a tradition, I think, where was it? The first island we stopped at the cultural center, they gave these, the tour guide gave these to us, and we had to do, we gave it to each other in a way like they do on the first island that we stopped at. And when I say island, this cultural center, Polynesian Cultural Center, they're set up where they have like areas. There's 6 islands that you can visit, from Fiji, Tahiti, Hawaii, Tonga, Samoa, and I can never remember the 6th one. It's like Altotera or something like that. It was that first one, the Altotera one, I think. I don't think it was Tonga. Anyway, we stopped, and after we were done with the first island, we were sitting on a bench, and the tour guide gave the lei, put it on my husband's head, and then gave him one to give to, he said, pick one of your family to give to, and so he picked me, and then he gave one to me, and gave me one to give to somebody, and so I gave it to my daughter. Yeah, my firstborn is how I said it. And then my daughter gave it to, I'm trying to remember how Jonathan got one. My youngest. Somehow the youngest got one from one of us. I can't remember who. But my oldest ended up having, because she only had one left, having to give it to her favorite brother, the middle one. So anyway, that's how it worked. We all gave each other one. Like he didn't just give each one. The tour guide didn't put on each of our heads. Like you can only give it to one person. And so he gave it to my husband, and then it went down the line from there. So we got these really neat leis. Now we did get actual real flower leis, but those don't last. So those didn't make it home. We threw them in the trash before we came home just because they were starting to look very not good. They weren't quite wilty. They were wilting, but they weren't like dried out or anything like that yet. They were orchids. They were the purpley beautiful orchids. Oh, they were beautiful. But yeah, they weren't gonna make it home, so we made the executive decision to just go ahead and throw them away. So that's what we did. Anyway, back to my Hobby Lobby. The yarn is not on sale. I spent full price on these, but these are only $3.99. And honestly, these scrubbies are worth the $3.99 because you get so much in them. I was like, for $4, I'll spend the $4. It's a novelty yarn, and you get so much of it. Where's the yardage at? 174 yards. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for this novelty yarn for 174 yards, and like I said, it's thick and you get a lot. So I just got 2 because I was like, I think there was like, oh my gosh, they have some new yarn that I'd never seen before, or maybe they've had it for a while, but it's a scrubby yarn. It's a cotton scrubby. And it looks just like the scrubby yarns that you can buy for Red Heart, the other kind of scrubby. But I don't think I have any. but it's a 100% cotton scrubby. And I'm like, how do they get that? Like the yarn to have the little scrubby nubbies on it, like, you know, like the other kind of yarn. But it's all cotton. I was like, wow, that's cool. And they had like almost a dozen different colors in that. And then they had like 6 colors in this, 6 or 8 colors in this. And I was like, oh, why can't it be 30% off? I literally was going to go, I want one of each color of the scrubby cotton, the cotton scrubby, and then one of each of these. But it wasn't. So I was like, well, I was like, I would like to try to use some of these in my scrubbies. So I went ahead and just grabbed the red, because the other colors, I was like, I don't know. I probably could have gotten the orange, because I do have an orange, whatchamacallit, that I can add or make a scrubby to go with it. And then this one, I don't know if you can see, it's white, but it is the, let me see if I can show you the difference. I just dropped my red on the ground. We're almost 30 minutes in. I haven't done my Advent or done any crocheting. So do you see the difference in the white? This is the plain white here. And then the other one has like an iridescent. So I thought the iridescent would be fun with some of the yarns I have. So I will probably work on those after I do whatever my stitch is today. And then I also picked up this. I tried to pick up a little ornament craft for my kids to do, so I wanted to make sure it was one that was easy enough for my youngest to do, that didn't require like too much eye-hand coordination. I mean, this will take some eye-hand coordination because these are stickers that you can stick the little pieces, little dots on the gingerbread men there. So there's 6 in here, but they can make 3, and then the other 3 can be made and donated to somewhere, or we can throw them around the house somewhere. I don't know. Those little craft kits always have way more than we ever need. Okay. Pull the top basket out. I should have done this first. Alright, this is 20. So here's 20. Alright, now I'm going to grab one of my gifts out of here. Oh boy, what is that? It's almost like pencils, maybe? Maybe pencils with some erasers. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Juan, if you're watching me, you cracked me up how you opened up your Advent box yesterday in his video. Oh yeah, I can smell the pencils. And my nose is going. By the way, I'm yet another day of no nosebleeds, so hopefully we're in the clear. I can smell the pencil wood. It is in fact pencils, like little candy cane, little popsicles with, it's cute. Look, and I got 3 of them. 1 for each of my kids. I'm gonna put these in their stockings. That's cute. I love it. Now I just gotta figure out which one's which. I think I'm gonna do this one for my youngest, this one for my middle one, and then this one for my oldest, my daughter, the teenager. This is fitting for her. That's awesome. I'm gonna put those right there so I don't forget about them. Like, he was opening these things, like ripping into them. I'm like, I can get into this bag just as quick as you and not tear the bag out. It cracked me up. That's how quick he got into the bag. I already have it open. I just got the piece of tape off there. I'm just like, you are manhandling that bag. Ooh. Yeah, and like he was saying, these are so soft and squish. It is peanut. Peanut brown. Peanut brown. It's a nice brown, and yeah, it does have a sheen to it, he was noticing. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with mine either. I kind of want to put them in a basket like he was doing. Do you guys mind if I do that? I may not get any crochet done today. We'll see. We're still at 30 minutes. Maybe this will be an hour-long video. I don't know if I want to keep you guys that long. I'll feel bad. I only have these 3 gifts left right here. So I'm going to use this basket for my yarn. So we're just going to take them out of here. That's day 2. Where's day 1? That's 5. There's 1. I kind of want to put them in the order I got them. So I'm going to tuck that over there. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. That's 11. 5, 4. I thought I put these back in the same order, but apparently not. Maybe it'll be better if I go like this. 5. 8. 6. 7. I feel like I've got different colors in him. Well, obviously in a different order. I'm sure he'll get these same ones. 9. 10. 11. 12. I'll fix all these bags later. 13. Yes, I haven't seen this. Oh no, he got this one. Marigold. All right, 14, and then it's 18. That's 19. When he pulled out his pastel pink the other day, that was funny. He was talking about pink, and the next color he pulled was pink. That was so funny. All right, I can fit one more row. 16. Maybe. They're gonna be awfully squished in here. Ugh. 17. Everywhere. 18. And 19. Where did I put 20? Let's see. 4, 8, 12. No. 5, 10, 15, 19. Where's my 20? Oh, it's right here. I forgot I set it next to me. Okay, so these are the colors I have so far. I like that one. That was a good idea. So it starts here. It goes 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, and then 16 through 20. And then I will just lay the last 10 days on top of here. All right. Now, I'm going to stick this over there. 35 minutes. We got 10 minutes worth of crocheting we can do. And then I have about 5 minutes of cleanup to do with all my bags. Okay. Oh. I hope my middle child was able to get to sleep last night. He was having a hard time falling asleep. And then he also said his throat was a little sore, so I'm hoping that it's fine this morning. We told them to drink lots of water. He said he was, but we'll, you know, it's hard to keep track of their water intake. So, no, I think today, oh, today's Friday, so that means today is Finish It or Focus on It Fridays at 1 p.m. The live. I haven't been live in like forever, it feels like. So I will do that today, and I will be by myself because unless Marianne's able to make it, I will message her later on this morning and see if she's able to make it. If she is, then she'll, you know, she may or may not join us. We'll see. Either way, it's on my channel today. Next week, I am not sure. Maybe it may be a canceled live because I may have family. I don't know. So it'll be kind of one of those play it by ear type of things because I won't know till sometime in the next several days what our plan. I need to be doing front post, and I was not paying attention. So we'll see how this works. So I'm on my last row, maybe, depending on what it looks like with the front post being the last stitch that I work in, that I work on this thing. So, whew, this week has flown by. I'm just glad that my nose appears to have stopped doing what it was doing. I've only had the two major ones I had, and I feel like I'm finally able to sleep at night. What woke me up last night? Did anything wake me up last night? No, I don't think anything did. I was almost a little wide awake after 10 o'clock last night still, so I had a little bit of the restlessness too, as my middle child did. I have a piece of skin or something on my nail snagging my yarn. It's driving me crazy. I don't know that I'm going to get much progress done on this today, just because I did a lot of jibber jabbering on everything else this morning. I got a whole 30 minutes in of, what is it, the Santa Claus and Advent calendar. So, all the presents came in for the kids. I think I have to double check, but I also got my knitting machine. It's sitting over there in its box, and I asked my husband, I was like, do you want me to wait? You guys want to wrap this up and make me wait till Christmas? But I need to know, because if I am allowed to, if I get the I don't care, it's gonna get open now. But I'm also, you know, I want my kids to be able to wrap something up and give it to me. So it's like, I may just allow them to do that and be a good mommy. I mean, it is only 5 more days. I can make it 5 more days. I've made it all this year without the knitting machine, so I can wait another 5 days. It'll be rough, but I can. Because I've been wanting that thing basically ever since I ordered the first one, the big one. So it's been basically all this year, since like February. So it's been almost all of this 2024. Almost a year. So I think I can go a few more days. So what are some things I could make with the Advent yarn? It's 2-weight. There's not really a consistent color story yet. I mean, the only thing that really works right now is there's an ombre effect with the purple and the black, gray, and there's a black, a charcoal, a gray, and white. So I have that too. But like the pink and the yellows, well, the yellow might be starting to have an ombre too, because I have a buttercream, a butter color, and then the marigold, and then I have the creams and whites. But it's like, I don't know, the red, the green, the blue, it's just in the brown right now. Like there's just not enough there yet. But we still have another, oh, what is it, 10 days? All right, so I'm gonna move these. These are my gifts. So this is not one of my yarns. Move it over to this basket. This is another gift. I still have these big gifts. Like I said, I'm saving these for the end. And then I think these are all the yarns. Okay, so these are all the yarns that I have left. Yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 gifts left to open. And these are all the small yarn. This is a big skein yarn, I think, and this is a big skein yarn. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm working with yet. So I still have 10 days of the small yarn and then 2 big yarns. And we'll see what we're dealing with. Put that over there. I'm actually gonna, ouch, bumped my elbow. Put this on top of those. That'll be fine, like that. All right, we'll get back to my front post double crochets here. So yeah, I just, now I can't really see it. I can see it out of the corner of my eye because it's sitting over here, but I still just don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking about Kim and her live yesterday. I was sitting there watching it, and I was sitting up, leaning up against the headboard of my bed, and I must have been comfortable because my eyes were getting tired, and so I let them shut. And the next thing I know, my alarm's going off for vitamins. I have an alarm that reminds me to give the kids their vitamins at 8:30, and that's when her live ends. And the alarm's going off, and I look down, and her live's over, and I missed literally like the last 25 minutes of it, and I was like, oh, oops. I really quickly, because it just ended, I really quickly commented saying, oh no, I accidentally fell asleep, I'm so sorry. But I did go back and rewatch, or not rewatch, but I did go back and watch the rest of the live later to see what all I had missed. But thankfully I had not missed the Advent part of it, so I'd already, or not the Advent, but the stitch-a-thon, the Santa Cloth stitch-along, Santa Cloth crochet stitch-along that she is doing. So I'm eager to see what today brings. So that's as far as I've gotten. I'm gonna go ahead and put it down for now, just because, I don't know, I'm feeling like it's time to wrap up, and it is 44 minutes, so I got quite a bit done in a few minutes here. I put all my stitch markers in so I can not lose my spot. So I got that far in a few minutes, so I feel like tomorrow, hopefully, you know, if I'm not too much of a chatterbox, I can finish the one side of the apex and then do the rest. Ah, so close. Oof. The cake is looking kind of thin, but I think I'll at least get this row done, and we're just gonna call it a day, because whether it looks one way or another, I think it'll look fine. And honestly, if I can make it to the end of the row, I'm just gonna call it done and not have any extra yarn left. Well, have a little bit of yarn left, obviously, if I have any. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna get off here and pick up all these bags that I literally am like surrounded by, and pick up and clean this area up, and go check out Kim's live here in a few minutes while I wait for this video to upload. And I hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend, and I will see y'all on Monday, hopefully, depending. My video may not come out in the morning. It may come out later in the day, because my husband is going to be off next week. So next week may be a little on the different side with how I do things, because I did not pre-record anything. So have a fantastic Friday, y'all, and I will see y'all at 1 p.m. today for Finish It or Focus on It Fridays. And don't forget, it's always a beautiful day to be kind and positive and go make something beautiful. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.